Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel and part 4 of 100 of my favorite little Goblincore things. I am on, like I said, part 4, so we are working through up to number 40. I'm really excited to be about halfway through with this. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all complete. So I thought I would chit chat with y'all again through all of my other little favorite pieces. We're going to start out doing the line work as per usual. I do get a little bit messed up on this lantern, but we fix them later, so it's okay. I got a little confused with my pencil drawings. I should have paid a little bit more attention. Also, I don't know what it is about doing the drawings, but it is difficult to film that. Way more so than the paintings for some reason. I think I really lock into line work and I start to ignore everything around me. But anyway, so here we get started. I love a tea. I love a little coffee. I am more of an iced tea or coffee person. I love a sweet tea and an iced chai latte or, like a white chocolate mocha, but that's mostly because I've been living in hot places for the last decade between New Mexico and here in Okinawa, so I cannot wait to get back to hot chocolates and warm, cozy hot chai teas and things like that, but I really just wanted to paint like a classical teacup here. I think there's something very trinkety about them. They have so many absolutely beautiful, gorgeous ones here in Japan, and like real china ones, and I would like to take some home. I don't really know what I would use them for because honestly I have like a perfectly decent set of mugs that go with like my kitchen plates and things, so I don't know, but I've got to grab some because they're precious. Anyway, so moving on to the moon, me and a little crescent moon go way back. It's kind of my symbol, my sigil, I don't know, I used to absolutely love them in high school, and you could never find them in jewelry or on things, and then they just kind of blew up and they were everywhere, so that was nice. But we'll come back to that and add a few more details. This is a pine cone. I love a pine cone. I love a pine forest. They remind me of home a lot. They also remind me of the P&W and some time that my husband and I spent up there visiting his mom, and even up in Cloudcroft in New Mexico. So I have a lot of fond memories with a bunch of different shaped ones, and they just kind of, they scream nature when I see them. I think that they make interesting decor. And like they can get little tiny cute ones or great big giant ones. They're pretty cool. And this is going to be a little purple agate. It's not supposed to be like super natural or realistic. I do love the color purple, and it's about the only time when I'm working with rocks and flowers that I get to add the color in on the page. So we're going to kind of do like a purpley blue look. If I had done these larger, there would be a lot more detail in them, but I really love the ones with like the crystalline structure that you can kind of still see. And then this one is probably my second favorite. It might actually be my first favorite if we just take out the Amanita mushroom because of its like iconic red cap, white spots. But this is an inky cap or an ink cap mushroom, and it looks like it's just like oozing black ink from the ends of it. It reminds me of like Venom, like Spider-Man's Venom. It's so Halloween. They look gross but cool at the same time. I just think they're really, really interesting, and they're super fun to paint. And then of course a little lantern. We did doctor this up with the pens and stuff beforehand, but I just didn't show that. Lanterns are so whimsical. I had a lot of candles and lanterns and things at my wedding because I love them. And I love the dark. This little scene here are the Blue Ridge Mountains, which if you're new here, that is my home. I am from an area called Johnson City, Tennessee, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I miss it literally every day. I think about home a lot. Unfortunately, that's just not a place we're going back to between jobs and things, and obviously the military doesn't go there, so if we stay in the military, which undetermined right now, but I absolutely love visiting. And then this scene in particular, I'm going to turn it into the Brown Mountain Lights. If you are into like superstitions and just like, you know, old folk tales and things like that, I really recommend you look up the Brown Mountain Lights. They're very cool, and please tell me in the comment section down below if you end up doing that. I would love to know what you think. I spent a weekend out at the overlooks trying to see them, and I won't go into a whole lot of detail because, you know, I could talk about it forever. But anyway, is it naturally occurring? Are they flashlights? Is it something else? Who knows? But we'll add those little the little lights in at the end with the Jelly Roll pen. Here's a cute little raccoon. I love a little trash panda. They're so cute. They're super smart. One of my favorite stories about a raccoon is actually from my husband's family when we were spending time up with his grandparents. They have an outdoor pool and like a really beautiful little wraparound porch at their old home, and they used to have a raccoon that they had named Edison because he would come and steal the light bulbs, which I just find hysterical. And then we're going to do a little button, and I haven't done some green. I felt like a solid piece of green in a little while, so I wanted to make it green. I love this kind of sagey green look. Buttons are cool because you can do, you know, jewelry, and then obviously what buttons are actually for. And then you can collect them in little jars. They're so trinkety. They're like the quintessential trinket. And of course I had to add them. And this is your standard 4-hole button. I don't know much about them, but I would like to learn more. I do have quite the collection of interesting ones that one day we will explore on the channel. And this is going to be a little newt, a lizard. It's kind of an amalgamation. It's not anything specific. I am painting in bright orange though, because when I was little, I was playing in my yard up in Banner Elk, which is where I was when I was younger, before I moved down to Johnson City. And this, we used to have like this little flower planter, the one that I got stung crazy by bees around. I told you that story when we were painting the little bee guy, but I caught a newt, or like a little salamander even, maybe. It's hard to remember exactly what he looked like. I just remember he was absolutely molten orange, like crazy bright. Hung on to him for a little while, you know, as kids do. Put him in a little Tupperware with some water in it, and even somehow convinced my really awesome elementary school teacher if I could bring him in for show and tell, and I did. And then after that, I let him go back in the yard, and I just remember thinking every time I was playing in the yard that maybe I'd see him again. But I never did. So I hope he's doing well and not eaten by a bird or something. Coming in and finishing the lantern here and adding just a couple more colors after some pieces dried. We're going to darken up some areas and sections on the little agate geode thing here. I should paint a full, like a large scale piece of agate. That would be a lot of fun because you can get so much detail and interesting pieces. This one I just kind of made up on the spot, but I would love to find a piece that was really, really beautiful, like an idea for one online, and see how well I could replicate that in watercolors. So that might be a project coming up. I really wanted this moon to have like that bright gold yellow look to it that it sometimes has. Instead of leaving it white. And then we gotta do our closest layers here for the Brown Mountain Lights, the little Blue Ridge Mountains there. And then we will come in with our Jelly Roll pen at the very end, put on some little sheen, some shimmery pieces. I know these don't really translate super well when I'm doing them immediately, but you can see in that top row up there how much brighter they get once the Jelly Roll pen has time to kind of, you know, settle in. The darker the pieces are, the easier it is to see. But those are the Brown Mountain Lights. Again, definitely want to go look those up. But like with that green, I'll be able to see that better in about an hour or so, just, you know, once it's like dried and really come to. But yeah, so this is part 4. I'm excited to get to the next one. You guys, please let me know in the comment section down below which ones are your favorite, or if you've seen any, especially here at the end, that we haven't gotten to yet that you're really excited to see. I can't wait to have this completed, and if anybody's interested, I might have it available as a digital download, so also let me know about that in the comment section below. And then I will see about trying to get that uploaded to Etsy. I have discontinued or just canceled my website for now because I will be moving to Shopify eventually, but just it makes sense to be paying for a whole lot of that. So you can still catch me on all my socials and things, but I won't have a website or a Shopify for a little while. I'm still working on that transition, but I will be sure to let you all know whenever that is live, because I'm hoping whenever it is live, I will have some product up there for you all to finally purchase online. But yeah, that's the finished piece this week. I'm going to zoom out real quick so you can kind of see where we're at, see the whole thing. I still think one of my favorite pieces is the little woolly worm. He just turned out so cute. But thank you guys for watching. We will be back next week with row number 5, and I will see you all then. Bye guys!